Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Tracy with JDL Threads. And first of all, I want to say thank you, everybody. I got 500 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me in my journey of my YouTube journey with all of my craft ideas and everything that I like to do. So thank you guys so very much. And for anyone who's new to the channel, welcome. To returning viewers, welcome. And again, thank you, everybody. 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. What we're going to be doing in today's video is we are going to be continuing with my rhinestone journey for this video, because you know I'm practicing on everything, right? So I did go ahead and make a Cubs rhinestone template, because yes, it is baseball season. All right, so I did make my Cubs template, and we are going to be brushing in those rhinestones for my Cubs template and just get that pressed and see how wonderful that it turns out. Now, the materials we're going to be need, of course, is the template. I'm going to be using the little tray to catch some of my rhinestones, a brush to brush in my rhinestones, my wax pencil to flip in any of my little rhinestones that have turned over, or to just pick up some of those rhinestones that didn't get brushed into a rhinestone spot and put this in, and also rhinestones. Now, of course, on this one, we're going to be using those cubby colors, red, white, and blue. We're also going to be putting it on this here royal blue cubby t-shirt. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these rhinestones rubbed in and see how fabulous this design worked out for me. You can also just kind of touch over your rhinestones. I use my bionic eye to make sure that I have none laying overlapping each other. But you know, sometimes my bionic eye don't work as good as I want it to. So then you can just take your hands and just lightly rub over it to make sure that you don't have no rhinestones overlapping each other. Okay, now we are going to fold our KTM mask in half like a taco there, and then we are going to lay it down and catch all of our stones. Let me just move my wax pencil out the way. So here we go. And it looks like I got a little piece of glue on the back of this one, so let me get that off to make sure everything's gonna stick where it's supposed to. All right, fold in like a taco, and we're gonna lay it down, everybody, like so. And some of them still kind of moved on me a little bit. That's okay. We're just going to rub them all flat in there. And then we're going to take my rhinestone wax pencil and we're going to push these little extra guys back over into their spot. Because generally, you know, I would have a full piece of KTM mask paper. But you guys, I like to use the same stuff over and over and over again, because I like to not be wasteful when I'm doing things over here. Move that one back in. All right, make sure those are all flat. Got this one little guy that's flipped over here, so I'm just gonna take my pen and get it off my KTM mask, and then push it back into its spot that it goes in, you guys. This one goes next door right there. So we're going to put him right there. Okay. And then we looks like we just have that one guy that's left right there that's out of place. So we're going to lift it up one more time and see if we can get that guy to lift. Oh, you know what I could also do, you guys? I could also just make it easier on myself and grab my tweezers. I forgot about those, so let me just grab my tweezers and we could just lift that off. Yes, I did find some purple tweezers as well. Found those on AliExpress, and we're just gonna lift it off. Come on. And we're just gonna place it back down in there. Goes here. Voila. Then I'm just going to rub real firm on all of them because I want to make sure I try to get them all lifted off. Now I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes they all lift off and sometimes they don't. So hopefully they will. And I'm going to get my bottom part of my KTM mask ready. So once I do get them lifted all off, I can go ahead and just put that back in on the top. So let's keep our fingers crossed here, guys. Got two little stragglers right there. Let's press a little bit. Okay, I'll take that. We got two that just didn't want to behave. So we are just going to go ahead and put those back in. And we looks like a few might have moved over here. And this one looks like it don't have no glue on the back. So I'm going to take that one out and put another one there. Right there. Then I'm just going to use my tweezers to put those in, get some that are already flipped upside the wrong way. And this one looks like he has half glue. I'm trying to get that where you guys can see it. I don't know if it's in a good focus there, but it has half glue, half no glue. So I'm going to take that one off because I want everything to have glue on the back. So I'm going to just put that one back right there. And I'm going to get these other two guys that didn't lift off and put them in upside down with my tweezers like so. All right, that looks good. So then I'm just going to take my backing right here and I'm going to lay my backing on top of my stones to keep everything in place until I get ready to press. Flip it over and show you guys what that looks like, and there we go. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next section. Let me just get these two stragglers here And I will get them off with my rhinestone pencil, but looks like they don't want to get out. Here's one. There's two. And we'll put those back in the bag, you guys. Got some guys that don't want to get in the bag there, so I'm just going to use my rhinestone pencil to just scrape those in. And just like that, the red color is done. So now what I'm going to do is, this time I'm going to use my blue masking tape, and I'm going to tape the one that I just stoned out so that we can do the royal blue outside. Makes it just easier for me. Trying to get it where it doesn't overlap into the section that I want here. Like that. Like that. Like that. Do I sometimes do a little bit extra more work than I should? Probably, but I try to keep all of my templates on the same page and not have like 2 or 3 different sheets of these Dollar Tree cutting mats, but that's just my preference. If you wanted to not do all of this, then you guys could just, you know, put this really big one on one side, put the cubs on another side, and then just use 2 cutting mats instead of 1. But I just preferred to use the 1, so that's what I went with. All right, so we got that done. Now we are going to use our royal blue, which is called Sapphire. And as you guys can see, I did get these from the Juno store, which again, I order off AliExpress, so I will hold that up. And I forgot about how much this bag costs, but this is a really big bag. And I always try to catch them when they're on sale, so you can look that up because I don't remember how much I actually paid for them. But you can just look that up, the Juno Rhinestone store, and see what the bag is going for. It is still pretty relatively cheap, you guys. Relatively cheap. So looks like I have a hole in my Juno bag there. No problem. So I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to just put those blue sapphires on the outside of my ring here from my bag. Like that. Because you want a nice size amount. Then I'm going to put the rest of these back in here in my other little plastic baggie. And then we're going to go ahead and get them stoned in, you guys, with our brush. Now, I did get some on the middle here, which I didn't want to do. But again, I can just go ahead and lift those off with my rhinestone wax pencil. No biggie. So we're just going to... And I think I'm just going to move my mat out of the way because my mat for that side is really not big enough. So I'm just going to get my mat and put it over here. Looks like I have a little leftover red one there, so I'm going to sit that one up there. And then we're going to just rub them in on the table, everybody. Going around in that same circular-like motion. That did make it a lot easier for me to keep them off of that inside of the cubby word when I added my blue tape. So if you want to do it that way, looks like that is a good way to do it, to keep all of your layers separate. And just go ahead and add your blue painter's tape. Otherwise, you can put, you know, one layer on each side of the Dollar Tree cutting mat like I explained before. It's just really up to however you want to do it is all. Trying to just keep up with these little stragglers here. That side looks pretty good. I'm just going to try to scoop them all to one side, because what I want to do is I want to get my little tray, put all the extras on a little tray, and then just like before, I'm just going to pencil in the rest with my wax pencil. Got some stuck under my tape here, so let me get those out. All right, that looks fairly good to me, everybody. Oops, got a piece of my hair in there, so let's get that off. We don't want to get that stuck on anything. So I'm just going to put my tray over here and scoop all the little extras onto my tray. Put them down like that. And then I'm just going to pour them all back into the bag. Like that. A few extras stuck in there. Okay, put my tray under my craft table and get these little extra guys here. Scoop them in and let them go. All right, so it looks like we got a really nice, decent amount. So now all I'm going to do is start getting these ones like inside the circle here and just penciling those in. Yeah, it's more holes than what I would have liked to have, but it is a pretty big design. But we're just going to go ahead and fill them in. Looks like I got a piece of some glue or something stuck on here, probably from when I was using my glue gun. But we're just going to get that off. Told you guys, I'm always doing a lot of things all the time. It's all good. We got that off. Then we're just going to push those guys back in there. And we're just going to keep on filling. I'm just going to keep on filling in the holes until they're all the way completely filled in. Just using my wax pencil along as I go. Like this. Really concentrating on these ones in the middle, because I don't want them to be in the middle anyways. So I'm going to get all those first, and then if I need any extra, then I'll just grab a few extras out of my bag. I'll dump a few on my tray and then just use them that way. So I'm not going to bore you guys with filling in all these holes. So you just take your wax pencil and basically do it like this. And I will be back once I have it all filled in. So I'm just going to let it up like so and shake them all down like that. And then I'm just going to put them back in the bag like that. Okay. A few extra stragglers in there. So I'm going to take my wax pencil and just scrape those all back in the bag. And then we're going to put my blue bag to the side. Now we're going to get our next piece of KTM mask. We're going to take off the backing, and this is a brand new one because I had some others, but they weren't as sticky, I felt. So this one is really sticky. As you can hear, it's really, really sticky. So, like the others, we are going to roll it up into the shape of a taco. Then I'm just going to kind of move some of this other stuff out of the way. And I'm just going to put it down. Right on that outside circle and let it drop like so. Okay. Then I'm going to rub my stones in. Got a little straggler over here. Gonna put him over there. Some of them came out the spot again, but we're just gonna push those back in with my finger. I'm gonna push those back in. Then we're just gonna rub them all down like that. Okay. And then once I feel like I got them all rubbed down good, then I'm just gonna lift my mask up, my sticky side, and hopefully they all catch. This is a brand new sheet, so oops, I knocked that one out from somewhere. So I'm just gonna put it back in there. My wax pen. Flip it over. Okay, if all else fails, I'll just grab one from the side. Over here. Oh, there we go. Get to the right side, please. Thank you. And it goes right there. Push it back in there. And then let's try this again, everybody. Just gonna pick it up real slow. Nice and slow. right, with that, my blue layer is up. I'm just gonna lay it down real nice on the back here. Oh no, you guys, it kind of caught on to itself, so I'm gonna try to let that up real soft. Yeah, that turned out real good. Great. It's real sticky. And I have one that was left behind, and then I see one with no glue. So let me find out where this one went. Looks like it went over here. So I'm going to put that one back in over there with my wax pencil. Like so. And I'm going to try to be real careful not to let my jacket hit the sticky back, because I don't want to lift any of my stones out. Now this is the one here that I told you guys that it looks like it doesn't have no glue on the back. This one here, as you can see it right there by my finger. So I'm going to take that one out with my tweezers and replace it with the rhinestone that I have here. But now I just got to flip it the wrong way so I can stick it back down in that spot. There we go. Okay, that looks good. And it looks like I am missing one more right here. Don't know where that guy went, so we're just going to grab my blue bag and get one out and put that one back in. All right, that looks good. So now all we do is, like we did before, is we take our non-sticky back and we're gonna put it down over our blue layer like this. And we're gonna press it down. And I'm gonna flip it over and show you guys what it looks like. A nice blue circle there. And then we're going to put it to the side, and I'm going to do my next layer, which is, I think, the white layer. Yes. So this is the outside of the white layer that's going to go around that red layer of red rhinestones that we did the first one. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of my tape from the back side, because we're just going to use it again on this front side here. And I'm just going to go around my all black outline layer so that I don't get any rhinestones into that layer. Fill up all my tapes like that. And just put them on that outside. Like so. Now I feel like I just need smaller pieces around this bottom. So I'm going to go ahead now and rub in some AB crystals, which are white. Now that I've got all of my black outline taped off. Just pour all those in there. Looks like I have another open bag here. Again, I do get some from the Rhinestone world. And I also get these bigger bags from AliExpress, you guys. So I'm going to put those all in there, a nice size amount. And we are going to go ahead and get them rubbed in. All right, so I'm rubbing them in right now. Looks like they're rubbing in fairly easy. You know, since I taped off the black perimeter. So I'm just going to keep on rubbing until I get all those rubbed in. And just like the other layers, if I have any stragglers, I'm going to move those out of the way. And if I have any holes that didn't get a stone, I'm going to just go ahead and put those in with my pen, my wax pen. And I'm getting a few on the floor, but that's okay. I guess maybe I'll find those. Maybe I won't. Not going to worry about it. All right. So all those looks like they are rubbing in really well. Gonna put my little tray over here to catch the extras. Like that. You guys see my tray there, just rubbing all my extras on my tray so that I can put them back in my bag. Then all of my empty holes in here, I'm just going to use my wax pencil like so to fill those in. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you guys that every time I rub my stones in that I always get all the stones in, because I don't. I sometimes just have to take this pen and go around and put them in, but that's all good for me because guess what? I'm still going to get the same result. Just might take me a minute to get there, but it's very, very relaxing. All right, so I'm just going to continue on, making sure I use my eyes to check and see that I don't have any overlapping. And if I do, go ahead and get those taken out. And making sure that I get all of my holes filled. And I will be back to show you guys once I get all of my holes filled in, because as you can see right now, some are still empty. So I'm just going to take my pen and fill those all in. See you guys when it's all filled. Down around our red Cubs layer. So we're just going to take our tray here with all our extra stones. I'm just going to push it back like that. And then we're going to just slide them all in the bag. And with those extra ones, we're just going to scoop them down into the bag with the pointy side of our wax pencil. Okay, so like the other layers before, we are just going to get our mask. We're going to peel it back. We're going to put it in a taco U-shaped form. And we are going to drop it down to pick up all of our stones. And remember, this is a new one, so it's very, very sticky. This is a new one that I'm using, so it's very sticky. Again, fold it like a taco. And let it drop. Then we're just going to press them all around. And I do see one that flipped over, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel it up. And put that one back into place. Like that. Rub them all down. Try to get all of them to stick. I don't got my glasses on, you guys, so I gotta check and see if this one guy done flipped over. Yeah, he's flipped over. So let me flip him back over. All right, then we're just gonna push it back in there with our, you can use your nail or the wax pencil. Either one is fine. Just want to get him back to where he belongs. Okay. All right. Now that looks good. So once again, we're going to lift it. And we're going to put it back onto our clear white non-sticky KTM mask backing. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, you don't have to be in a rush to lift it up. Just lift it up real slow. Looks like we got a few stragglers over there. Looks like I had one that was sitting on top overlapping, so I'm going to take that one out. This guy done flipped over. So I'm going to squeeze him back in there. Okay, here we go. And you see it's lifting up real nice, real nice, real nice. And it looks like we don't have any left behind, everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and slide in my white backing sheet while I'm still lifting. Like that. So once I get it all the way lifted, then I can just go ahead and lay it back down. Like that. All right, then I'm just going to lay it back down like that. Got a little bubble, so I'm going to pick it up from this side. And just lay it back down flat. And there you have it. There you have our white layer of our cups. Okay, so now all that we have to do is just the black layer. So I'm going to move this one out of the way and let's head on over to our black layer. Okay, so I got all my black outline section taped off. So now I'm going to put in my white stones here. So let me go ahead and get that back. Got to see which ones. Oh, I had to mark it clear on my case. So all right, so everybody, just like the layers before, all I'm going to do is take my blue masking tape and I'm going to tape just the outsides of this last layer that we rhinestone, just so we won't get no stones in those holes. All right, and I think that's good enough, but let's just put one more piece right here, just so we won't have to be digging those others out right there. And there you go. So now we're ready for our black outline here, because I just thought with the blue shirt, I didn't want the blue ones to like fade into the background with the blue shirt. So I just decided to put a black outline around it. All right. So now the black ones I'm going to be using, I think are, let's see, what color are they? They are these here, which is just Juno blacks, Hot Fix blacks. So we're just going to put them all around the outer circle and rub those in. So I'm just going to put them on the outside like that. Oops, you get out of there. I'm going to try not to get none on the inside. I'm just going to put them all on the outside and rub them in on the outside. Like that. And just keep going around until I get as many holes filled up as I can. I'm going to get my handy dandy tray here and try to catch any of these extra loose black ones that get off of my template, and then just put them back. Alright guys, and that looks like I don't want to force them to go in, so I'm just going to once again take my handy dandy wax pencil here, and I'm going to go around, pick up stones, and fill in all those extra spots. Like so. Same as we did on all the others. And once I'm done, I'll be back. Okay, everybody, and so I have my last outline black layer done. And I'm going to go ahead and get that one laid down on my KTM mask. And to be quite honest with this black layer, when I cut it out with the Romeo, right, I cut it out and then I cut out this inside first before I laid it down on my Dollar Tree template. So it did kind of get my circle a little bit out of whack, so hopefully I can get that to fit around. What I should have done was laid it down first while it was still intact, and then cut out that inside part with my X-Acto knife so that it could have kept the shape that it was supposed to keep. But hopefully this shape is going to be the shape around the outside blue layer. We're just going to see how it turns out when we get to that. I might have to just do a little wiggling it in, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and lay it down now on top of our mask, making the taco form and laying it down. And just going around and laying them all in. Then I'm just going to pick it up. And it's picking up my little tape on the back as well. That's okay. Don't go real fast. Just go real slow and lift. Decided it wanted to pick up a little bit of my blue tape too. It's all good. We'll peel that off. And we're just going to lay it down this way and pull the back of it off like that. All right, so I got that all lifted. And looks like one or two got out of place, so we're going to just scoop those back over. With my tweezers. All right, like that looks good. Now I'm just going to go in here and lift up my tape that came up with my template. Take that tape off because we don't need this tape anymore. I am going to save one piece though because I want this side to be the side that's going to be up. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to remind myself with that piece of tape. So we're just going to go ahead and put this down now. Our backing. And then guess what, guys? We are going to be ready for press. And there's my back layer. Scoop that one back in just a little bit. My outline. All right, and so this is the side that I want to be up. So I'm just going to put that piece up there to remind me to make sure that I put that side up. And put a little arrow on there. And there's our outline. Let me just go around so you guys can see it there. The outline. All right. So my heat press has warmed up to what? 350 degrees. Let's get this wonderful Cubs rhinestone shirt design pressed out, everybody. So I'm going to be using an extra large shirt today. Gildan extra large. So let's head on over to the heat press. Black outline layer last. So I'm going to go blue, white, red, and then press the black layer. All right. So let's get my blue circle here. Which we see it right there. All right, I'm just going to lift it off of my white backing. Okay, it's all lifted off now. You see it there? Where is it? There it is. You see it? Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half to find the middle. That looks good right there. Fold it in half. Okay, then I'm just going to find the middle line of my shirt, and about 4 lines down here, about right here. I'll put a little scratch mark there so I can see where it's going. And then we're just going to lay it down, you guys. Let me push my shirt up a little bit. Okay, this is a kind of big one, so make sure that you don't get your KTM mask stuck to itself. So just take it, everything nice and slow. We're going to press it in, and we're going to give it a press for about 12 seconds. All right, we're going to pull our platen out, and you see that we have our KTM mask pressed onto our shirt there. Okay, so all we are going to do is just lift off our KTM mask, guys. That's it. And look how nice that circle looks. I'm just laying back my plastic on top of my white carrier sheet so that I can be able to reuse it. That's it. Gotta find out which way I cut it though. I didn't cut it kind of straight, so I gotta put like that crooked kind of side on the side that it goes in. All right, so then our next layer that we're going to put in, remember we're working from outside in, so we're going to put in what? Our clear white layer now. So I'm just going to lift that one up, fold it in half, lifting it up, folding it in half to find the middle. Putting me a little pinch mark in there. Then we're going to press it. I don't really have to put the pinch mark on this one because it should just fit right into our circle. Like so. Look at how beautiful that is. OMG, you guys, so cute. Right, that fits in good there. So that's how it looks before the press. And we are going to push our platen back in and give it a press for another 12 seconds. Okay, let's pull our platen out and let's peel it back. OMG, I'm loving it, you guys. OMG, I'm loving it. All right, moving on to our next layer, which is our red layer. Here it is before the press. Just going to peel it back just like all the others. And one looks like it might have got away there, so I'm going to put him back where he goes. All right, and then we are going to take our red layer and we are going to lay it inside of our white layer. And I'm just going to take my glasses off so I can see better, you guys. Take our red layer and voila. It should just lay right nicely inside of our white layer. And there you go. Look how nice that looks. We're going to put it back in. We're going to give it a press for 12 seconds. All right, we are almost there, and I am loving it. Uh-oh. Looks like I had one red one get upside down there. So, I'm going to have to give me another red one to put there. Let's see. Here's one. Just going to put him right in there like that with my tweezers. All right, we are almost there, and I am loving it. Uh-oh. Looks like I had one red one get upside down there. So, I'm going to have to give me another red one to put there. Let's see. Here's one. Just going to put him right in there like that with my tweezers. No, I don't like him, you guys. He looks like he's not going to stick. So I'm just going to get another one. Right, so there's my one red one. Gonna just place him right in that spot where it came off. Flipped over on the wrong side. Put him back. Right, and it does look like I need one more white one over here too, like an empty space is right over here. So I'm gonna put another white one in here as well. There we go. Right. And then I'm just going to get my last piece of KTM mask and put it back over it to get those two guys pressed in real good for about, we'll go half this time, maybe about 6 seconds. All right, let it up. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now the only layer that we have to go, guys, is our black layer. So I'm going to kind of look at it first. To make sure it's going to fit properly around here, or if I'm going to have to do some finagling, and I'll be right back, you guys. And there is my beautiful Cubs Rhinestone t-shirt template design that I've pressed out on my royal blue Cubby shirt. And I want to thank everybody for joining me again. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Again, my name is Tracy with JDL Threads, and I will see you guys in the next video.